Imagine for a moment that the world you're living in is not as real as you think. What if everything around you, the people you interact with, the experiences you have, and even your own consciousness are merely products of a sophisticated simulation? This concept is known as the simulation argument, and it was popularized by philosopher Nick Bostrom in his 2003 paper. Today, we're diving deep into this intriguing idea and exploring whether Bostrom was right and what it means for us. Bostrom's argument is built on three key propositions. First, he suggests that if civilizations can reach a level of technological advancement capable of creating realistic simulations of their ancestors, then these civilizations are likely to produce many such simulations. Second, he argues that if these simulations are indeed created, the number of simulated realities will far outnumber the one base reality that we live in. Finally, he concludes that it is highly probable that we are living in one of these simulations, rather than the original base reality. To understand the implications of Bostrom's argument, let's break down these propositions further. The first notion hinges on the assumption that future civilizations will not only exist, but will possess the technological prowess to simulate entire universes. Just think about our current trajectory with advancements in virtual reality, artificial intelligence, and computational power. If we continue on this path, it's not hard to envision a future where our descendants could create simulations indistinguishable from what we perceive as reality. Now consider the second proposition. If there are indeed numerous simulations created, the likelihood that any given individual resides in the base reality diminishes significantly. Picture a scenario where there are millions of simulated worlds, each with billions of simulated beings all living out their lives. In such a context, the odds suggest we are far more likely to be one of those simulated beings rather than an inhabitant of the original universe. The final point of Bostrom's argument brings us to a philosophical crossroads. If we accept that we could be living in a simulation, what does that mean for our understanding of consciousness, existence, and free will? Are our thoughts and experiences genuinely ours, or are they merely the byproducts of a sophisticated program? This leads us to consider the implications of simulated entities. If they can think, feel, and experience the world as we do, should they not also be considered conscious beings? The ethical ramifications of this idea are staggering. Now let's delve into the mathematical probabilities that underpin Bostrom's claims. The crux of the argument relies on the idea of large numbers. If we assume that future civilizations will indeed create countless simulations, the sheer scale of these simulations creates a staggering probability. For example, if a single civilization creates 1,000 simulations and each of those has 1 billion simulated lives, the numbers quickly become unfathomable. In this scenario, the likelihood of any individual being from the base reality is minuscule compared to being part of one of these simulations. Critics of the simulation argument often point to technological limitations and ethical considerations. They argue that creating such advanced simulations may not be feasible, or that future civilizations might prioritize different goals that don't include simulating their ancestors. However, as technology continues to evolve, these concerns may become less relevant. Who knows what future advancements in computing and artificial intelligence will allow? Furthermore, the implications of the simulation argument extend beyond mere philosophical debate. If we are indeed living in a simulation, this raises questions about the nature of reality itself. What is real? What is illusion? What do our lives mean within a simulation? These questions challenge our understanding of existence and compel us to reflect on our place in the cosmos. As we reflect on Bostrom's simulation argument, we must also consider its broader implications for our lives today. If we are living in a simulated reality, it invites us to rethink our values, our relationships, and what we deem significant. It challenges us to seek meaning and purpose beyond the mundane, to question the very fabric of our perceived reality. In conclusion, as we ponder the possibility of the simulation argument and whether Nick Bostrom was justified in his assertions, we find ourselves at the intersection of philosophy, science, and ethics. This thought-provoking idea not only invites us to explore the depth of consciousness and existence, but also challenges us to engage in a deeper understanding of reality itself. As you reflect on these profound questions, consider subscribing to our channel for more explorations into the mysteries of existence and the nature of reality. Join us in this journey of discovery and thought-provoking discussions. What do you think? Are we living in a simulation? Leave your thoughts in the comments below, and let's engage in this fascinating dialogue together.